everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for another edition of YBMCast. And as we've been doing, we've got our lovely baseball moms. Jennifer Mayberry, right over there, our resident baseball mom. She got all these ladies together. Katie, Leslie, Chelsea. They've been great. We've been talking about some good subjects, great subject matters, ladies. I love it. And we've got another good one today because I think this one is very important across the board because, you know, you have, in my opinion, very few friends, right? Mm-hmm. You got a lot of acquaintances. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people, yep. But how many friends do we really have, right? And it's very important, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
that's what we're going to talk about today because, you know, we're out at the ball field eating bad food. I shouldn't say bad food. It's not really healthy for us, right? With the nachos and the burgers and the dogs, but we do drink some Gatorade. No, we don't.
I was going to say, we actually do not in our family.
Nope, I'm sorry. Drinking Spark.
And rehydrate. Correct.
There you go. See, my bad. But so we're going to talk about relationships on and off the field. And, you know, as we're sitting here, you ladies have developed a relationship over the past however many years because of your sons all playing baseball, correct?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So where did that start? And who was, did you all start at the same time?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I think within like a season of each other, I would say our boys have been playing pretty close to 6 years old, 6th and 7th. That's a long time. And I think Reed and Ryan have played since they were 5. Well, they were friends, but playing.
No, they were T-ball out there. I have pictures of Travis.
There you go.
3 years old.
There you go. 3. My bad.
A long time.
And you're like, dang, all of a sudden I feel old.
Goodness.
Man.
Right? It does seem, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, they were babies.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So what's been the best thing about this?
Our friendship. I mean, honestly, we spend, especially during the summertime, we spend more time with each other than we do with our extended families. Or that in times of COVID, probably than we even spend during the week with our coworkers. I mean, and having those friendships and really enjoying being with each other is key to get through it, I think. And over the past, we're really lucky though, because a majority of our boys have played together for 6 or 7 years. So we've been together for 6 or 7 years. We've really gotten to know one another and really truly do like each other. So while we kind of help manage our temperaments a little bit while we're on the field, while some of us can be a little bit crazy, some of us can try and manage.
Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb. Now this is the 3rd episode we've done. I'm gonna go out here on a limb. Now Chelsea over to our left, she's been real. She's talks and great, but she's quiet.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Kind of like Chelsea over talks, but a little quieter. I think the two over here.
Maybe.
Am I wrong?
A little bit.
Right.
But wait.
Leslie's quiet. She just leaves. It's stressful. She's gone. She's walking the field.
I do. I definitely, we definitely have our superstitions, right? Of like when things get a little bit
We've
hectic.
talked about being a little stitious, not superstitious, but a little.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little. But no, I mean, it's good to have good friends around. And, you know, it's funny because even like during the off season, now we do things like, let's have the boys play soccer together, or let's have the boys play basketball together. I think it's more because we want to spend more time together. We miss each other when we're not, you know, with each other 12 hours a day, you know, every day of the weekend kind of thing. So we'll arrange dinners. And honestly, it all started with Jenny. I think when Jenny first joined the team, where we kind of all got together, Jenny really put together mom's dinners and really put in the effort for us to all spend time together outside of that, getting to know one another. And it just has really grown from there. And I feel really lucky.
Organizer.
Yeah.
And I think that's my personality, which is funny because it is. I am that person that is a planner and an organizer, and friendships and relationships are super important to me.
Yeah.
Always have been. And so that's a thing. I always say that I am a hard, like, exterior person, but if you get to know me, excuse me, I would do anything in the world for you. And I do have, like, if you are my people, I have your back.
My peeps.
That's
Yes.
true.
And they
That is
always
true.
say, it takes a village. Like, that phrase is for real, because it does. And at different times you rely on people. And the thing is, I, as a mom, my kids are I am their protector. So in order for me to trust you to help me with my kids, I have to trust you.
Right.
And I have to know you. I'm not just going to have, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, Reed can stay at your house, because I don't know you. And until I do, my kiddos just aren't, and it could just be what I do for a living, that I'm like, oh no. But so once I get to know you, it's great. And so those relationships go on. And, sometimes these ladies, they talk me off the ledge sometimes, but then they also share in some of my joys. Like, when we win a certain, like, say there's a game and it feels so good, like the next day we will text her and I'm like, I woke up with a smile, like, this feels so, and it's fun to have people understand you're crazy, because not everyone's going to understand why on a Monday or even Tuesday that a game that happened at 6:00 on Sunday night, but to us, it
Still
is
bad.
everything. We are still, yeah.
Or you're rewatching it on Game Changer.
I do that.
I'm gonna. Now, this is where I want to go to Chelsea, because she's been quiet, and I'll ask Katie the same thing. Because we got this. You understand you're crazy. What does that mean?
I know that when they need to get up and walk away from our chairs, that they like really need to do that and go cool off or do, some kind of superstitious whatever. Yeah. So I just kind of just chill there.
Support it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I support it. I don't join their crazy.
Wait a minute. Pulling out a rule book, looking up.
That's her role. That's her role.
998.
Right?
Yeah, I don't need to go for walks or go to the bathroom and sit in the stall or anything like that.
We
Johnny
had
on
the
the
whole
spot.
discussion about that too,
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a real thing.
and we have corroboration.
Yeah.
What do you
She's
think
good.
about all that?
Oh, I think, yeah. No, I enjoy the passion because I know they're in it. Like, I'm in it to win it. And, people that don't care at all aren't. So I know, like, these people are my people because they are passionate about this game like I am. So, yeah. I'll start praying. That's
Yes.
She is.
That's true.
She's the prayer.
That's true.
Oh, there you go. Gotta have that. Keep everybody calm, Lord. Don't let nobody get hurt.
Please, Lord.
Well, and Katie is a nurse.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you more times than not how awesome it's been. If I see blood, and I don't care if it's my own child,
She's gone.
I'm not, I'm gone the other way. I can't deal with it. So Katie is that one, out of the way, move. And she steps in, she's, wrapping people up, doing stuff. But we had an umpire go down
Mhm.
at
Thinking about that
and
last
it was
one.
either Mississippi, it
It
was
was
somewhere.
It was in Katy.
It
Yeah, it was
was
in
not go down like
It was heat stroke. I mean,
Heat
It was bad.
and she was
That's bad
in
news.
30 seconds out there, had ice packs under the arms, and
Mhm.
she took care of it. And do you know what a relief that is? Because I am that panic, I freeze. And so having those different personalities are important. She is taking action, she's out there, and I know that I can depend on her. Or if Rita's hurt, I'm like, can you go do that? Because I cannot do it. It's not happening. So
usually about to ask,
Mhm.
once in a while though. If I walk it.
How do you think these relationships have helped your sons and develop those relationships with the kids on the teams?
I will tell you, Hudson's best friends are
Right.
his baseball friends. I mean, he absolutely has friends at school. But I mean, those are his boys. I mean, over half of his life has been spent with the majority of these kids, and they all have that similar passion in common. And we are a competitive team. These boys want to win. They love the game. And so because they have that like mindset, it brings them together, and they support each other, and they pick each other up, and they, you know,
They help each other.
They help each other's crazy. I mean, like I said, they all have their role on the field. They also all have their role in the dugout, right? They know what each of them needs to do in order to get that team up and ready to go.
Now I got to ask this question because not knowing, has there been kids that have come on later,
Oh,
and they added?
Yes.
How does that? How is this relationship building that on and off the field? How does it help them bring those kids into the fold?
What I will say that I've seen from our boys, which is really cool, is that, lots of reasons. You might have one or two trickle off. It's not, for different reasons.
Sure.
So as we've had kids join, it is so fun to watch our boys. They've always been on the team.
Yes.
They welcome and they talk and they, are just in those relationships pretty quick, which is fun. It's nice to see that you really, when you talk the words baseball family, that is what it is. And it doesn't always take numerous years. Though I'm thankful that our boys have played that many years together, it feels awesome and it's fun. And I genuinely feel blessed for those relationships. Just like life, you have to have new things happen and new stuff come into play to grow and continually move on. And so
Right.
seeing those new families, it's fun for all of us. I find even as the mom with the other moms or the other families that within a very short period of time, I feel like they've always been on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
I would
just
say
feels natural and
Right.
good.
We're quieter.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie always, every time, is she's introducing to the new people, welcoming them in, learning about them, meeting their pets.
Meeting their pet. It's always a plus that they bring their dog to the ballpark, right?
Jenny too, she's great, and we're really not. I think we're welcoming as well, but they always just right away. It's
You got to have a welcoming
come
committee,
join
right?
our crew.
Yeah.
And they put it out there right away. We're crazy, so just be patient with us.
Yes.
You know what? It isn't crazy. It's just baseball.
We're into
Well,
it.
I do have a funny story. This was a couple of years ago when we had a new kiddo that joined our team, and you guys might remember this. So the kiddos love sunflower seeds, right? They all open up their bags, they all share them or what have you. And one of the newer kiddos came in and he had his own bag of sunflower seeds. And somebody, I don't know if it was his mom or what, said something about, him eating one of the other kids' sunflower seeds. And one of the other kids says, well, that's just what we do. Like, that's,
It's cool.
They're
Don't
all
worry.
our sunflower seeds. You know what I mean? So it was just like one of those, they just welcomed them in and here are the community sunflower seeds. And, we just all do this together.
You bring the ranch, you bring the barbecue,
The dill pickle. The dill pickle's the big one. Yes,
Right?
yes.
Yeah, baby.
There's a hatch chili now that's really popular. I don't know.
They got the jalapeno.
Right.
And you got to have the big
Right.
seeds, though, right? Bigs.
Right.
I like bigs myself. Those are good ones. I think we talk about life lessons as kids and parents. We want and baseball, I think, is one of those great opportunities. And I think as we're talking about this, what you're portraying here is a great life lesson because we're always going to walk into a situation, whether it be a classroom or a job, a career, whatever the case, and there's going to be new people, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we acclimate? How can we engage people? And I think that's the toughest thing because not everybody is extroverted.
Right.
But if they understand that I don't have to be afraid, even if I am a little introverted, I don't have to be afraid to put myself out there, right?
Well, and Chelsea, her chair started probably 6 to 8 feet away from us, and this was way pre-COVID, so that wasn't the deal. Okay. And so she had it, and then we're like, you come sit with us. It was like, come on, and she 1 foot over, and then probably the next week we're like, kind of like it with a balloon, come on. And so then she got a little bit closer.
They look like clowns.
Yes.
It's creepy.
We all float down here. Crazy. So then she finally came and would sit next to us, and you could tell she's like, holy smokes. But then she and now she's just like, gosh, she's like, just to think, a couple of years ago, I didn't even have anxiety over baseball. And now I do once I sat with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Now if my chair's not on the far left and yours isn't here and yours isn't here, the whole game is messed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
What
it's
are
so
we doing?
nice. It's so nice. Like we're spending all weekend, every weekend together.
Mhm.
So we might as well all be friends.
exactly.
We
and
know
that-
things like Chelsea in between games. If we have a break, like a whole game in between, Chelsea has to go take a nap in the truck.
Mhm.
We know she's not sitting and chatting with us. She has to have her alone time. So Chelsea has to go in the truck, needs that time to regroup. If we are on an out of town tournament, we know that we have her until about this time. And then Chelsea has to go up to her room, and that is her time when Nolan and Mo hang out with all of us and we chat and all that. She has to have that alone time. Leslie, she will skip a lot of the mom dinners. She has got to refocus and re-energize, charge her battery. We know these things about each other. And so no one judges her. Isn't like, oh, so-and-so's not down
Why
here
aren't they
talking
here?
with us.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not a bit, we just know each other well enough to know this is what this one needs. This is important to this one. And we love you for it. Go do you, do you.
Although
Respect
it is
people,
the
right?
best when we're all
Yeah.
on
It is.
at the
Yeah.
same time.
It
It's
is.
rare, but that is like extra magical.
But
Yes. Unicorn.
Yes.
I love that because it just shows, we can respect people.
Mhm.
We can respect people's space, respect people's time. You don't have to, we're friends. We don't have to always be on, right? I
Well.
love that. That's why you are the baseball mom, right? Guys, thanks for joining us again. As always, please hit that subscribe button. If you like what we're doing, we appreciate that. Leave us a comment. These ladies are talking about some great stuff. We'd love to hear from you. Also, remember, all you pitchers, throw strikes. It's so important. All you hitters, hit them where they ain't. Everybody have a great day in the world. We'll see you next time.